Hello and welcome back to Make Your Good Business Great. Today it's my absolute pleasure to be introducing you to Anne McDowell. She is a transformational business coach and she works with success, careers, life, the whole gamut. She's also written an awesome book that if you read, you will totally transform. So she's with us today. Hello, Anne.
Hello, Kim. How are you? It's so great to be here.
Oh, it is our pleasure to have you here. Now, let's get straight into it, Anne. Can you tell us about your business and your journey so far?
Great. Well,
in 5 minutes or less.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll keep it short. Look, I've been in business for 13 years and I started to go out in business because I had reached the pinnacle of where I was in my career and I was really unhappy. And I was unhappy for a long time, and it took me a long time to really get the impetus to and the courage to really say, enough's enough. I really need to start living my life.
Yep.
And so I cried into my champagne bubbles in the New Year's Eve 2002, dreading having to go back to work, for another company. And then just what am I going to do? I had to make a decision, and I did. And I made the decision to become a business owner.
Yep.
On a New Year's Day, 2003,
Right.
and it was very much a wonderful journey. I have loved every second, and I've cried a lot too, not for all of the great reasons, but I think it's really important to be able to learn every day, and it is a journey. I so latch onto that word because It is about a journey of experiences, which I'll tell you about shortly.
And you've designed your business essentially around helping other people. And so what do you do in your work? Tell us how you take people through and how you help their businesses transform as well.
Well, one of the things that I recognized was that my fundamental core operation was about helping people, and helping people to be better tomorrow than they were today, and in business and across life. And I've been a business management trainer, so I've been teaching qualifications in management and business leadership and business for 20 years now. And that's been part of what I do. And I wanted to be able to help the leaders of tomorrow be better than some of the leaders of today and of yesterday. And so that means, personal development, learning how to communicate effectively with people. And I really wanted to help people on a personal level just do things a little bit better than they did yesterday. And there's that a constant self-improvement that I was really focused on. So then I looked at, because a person said to me, oh, you do so many things, can't understand. And I was like, well, the fundamental part about it is that I help people. So whether it's career, whether it's business, whether it's just bouncing back from life's challenges, whether it be in business or life, that's what I do. So I talk to people about their thinking and what they're thinking at the moment, and how to flip their thinking from negative into positive so they really get to move forward. So that's what I do.
Beautiful. Sounds wonderful. And so, Anne, what do you find is people's biggest challenges that they face in business at the moment?
I think it's one that occurs to us all across a whole range of different issues, and that is bouncing back from life's challenges, or the challenges that are facing us in business, with a renewed vim and vigour for the next day. Because, let's face it, the knocks that can happen to us, whether it be in business or anything we do, can hurt us quite a bit. And it might take us a little while to just, get up that resilience and sort of feel like we want to face the next day. And sometimes I feel that, when we are facing those kinds of challenges, we kind of get stuck in a bit of a victim mentality. And I know I've done it myself. Whether it be a relationship breakup or a knock that I've had in business, sometimes it takes a while to bounce back. So what I try to do now is to really help people think about my catch line, which is life is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. So I think about that, and I try to talk to people about, business is supposed to be good as well. You know, we're supposed to have really good runs in business and be successful and that sort of thing. And one of the key things I think is not to measure our success against other people's success, and only measure our success against each other, like ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, what one person's journey is not the same as my journey. What your journey is, Kim, is not the same as mine, and vice versa. You know, and measuring us against each other is a dangerous thing, because we're all on different journeys at different times. So bouncing back from a hardship is about how we pick ourselves up. And it's a skill that we're just not taught in schools or anything. It's kind of thing we have to pick up by accident. But I find that when I'm working with people, I talk to them about their mindset, what they're thinking on a daily basis, what they're thinking about themselves on a daily basis, and to make sure they're not eroding their self-esteem, because that's really important.
Great. So have you got some tips for us? Because I think we'd all love to go through your process, Anne.
Well, thank you. Well, one of the things I think is a really key thing that works for me. Now, it may not work for everybody, but it works for me. And that is, if you can get away, you can separate yourself from that particular event, situation, by going outside into the sun for 5 minutes. The sun, you know, a lot of people are frightened of being out in the sun, but what's actually happening to us is that we're becoming vitamin D deficient.
Yeah.
And we're actually not able to, you know, process chemically what we should be doing. So outside, spend 5 minutes outside smelling a rose, or walking around your garden, or walk around the block, or something like that, to divert your thinking from your problem. One of the things I find is that we spend too much time dwelling and retelling the same problem, if we have one.
Yeah.
And whether that be life or whatever. So if you distract yourself from the problem, go outside, spend 5 minutes in the sun, or run up and down a flight of stairs, which I also do.
Yeah.
Distract yourself with some physical activity.
Yeah.
When you do that, the endorphins start welling around in your head, and you actually have some distance in order to solve the problem. And the solving the problem might be just the determination not to let that person's words or that person's actions affect you.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And it's a decision. We make choices every day. Choices to what to eat, where to go, who to see, who to talk to, who not to talk to. But the decision we also have is that we have the decision over our mood. Yeah. We can take action to change the way we're thinking or feeling at any particular point in time.
That's so great. One of the things that I want to ask, though, Anne, is, you know, when you're like right in the thick of it and you can't recall a happy moment.
Yes.
Do you have any triggers or suggestions as to, you know, when you're right in the thick of it and it seems bleak, what then?
Okay, firstly, don't panic. That's what I would say, don't panic, because it has happened to us all at some point where we feel overwhelmed. The overwhelm is a feeling of awful dread and that sort of thing. And I think you need to be able to own it in that moment and go, how am I feeling right now? And if it's blur and it's pretty yucky, say, I really feel terrible right now. Yep. But what can I do to change it? Because the thing about it is, Kim, you know, we can spend time making great plans, doing all this sort of stuff, but if we don't take action as to right then and there, A, work out how we're feeling, but B, do something to change it. If you don't like feeling this way, you have the power in your hands right this second to change it. Turn on the radio, but don't listen to any ballads. Get out your favourite CD or whatever. That's, you know, your favourite track that gives you energy.
Yeah.
Go outside. Step away from your desk. Step away from the table. Step away from your desk, because it's the action that you do that will allow you to change how you're feeling.
Yeah.
But
own whatever it is freshly.
Yeah, let's just say that you've had a difficulty with a client. They're a difficult client, and you've always had to walk on eggshells around them. And for some reason, they've said something that's really upset you, and you think, okay, I can either I can really wallow in this moment of self-pity, or I can go, you know what, okay, I know that they're a difficult customer, client, character.
Mm-hmm.
I have a decision now. Do I allow that decision to wreck the rest of my day,
Mm-hmm.
or that action wreck the rest of my day, or do I have the power in my hands, which you do, to get up out of my chair, go outside, breathe in the fresh air, run around the block, and then come back and regroup?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you deny the feeling,
Yep.
because the feeling is important to own.
Yep.
But once you own the feeling and recognise it, you can change it.
Yeah.
If it is a decision, it is a decision you make to say, okay, that person really upset me, but I'm not going to allow that person to upset me any further. Okay, I'm going to give it 10 minutes. 10 minutes on my clock. Okay, I'll wallow in my pity party for 10 minutes, and then I have to draw a line in the sand and jump over it. That's what works for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I don't think about it and it doesn't come back, but I go, no, you've had your pity party.
Yep.
Move on.
Yeah,
that's what I try to do anyway.
I think I really agree with you too. Like, the getting out of your current environment, it's really important, isn't it? You know, we sit in our desks for so many hours every day. That alone should actually have us moving. But, you know, certainly at times of stress or fatigue, or, you know, when you can't make a decision even, I think getting up and out and, as you say, into the sunshine, depending on where you live, of course.
Oh, of course. But even though, I mean, obviously if you live in a high-rise building, you can't go and walk around the garden, but you can go down, you can press the elevator and you can go down to the ground floor and you can walk outside for 2 minutes. And really, if it is only 2 minutes, then 2 minutes is better than nothing.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, if you're not in a space, or you might be in a factory or an industrial environment where that's not possible. So go find somewhere, go to a lunchroom, go and talk to somebody that, you know, you identify, pick up your phone and call someone, you know, and say, look, having a really crap moment. I really want to hear your voice, make me laugh, and then hang up the phone. You know, it might be a 60-second phone call.
It's particularly important as well for people who work on their own, don't you think?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And what I do is that I get out and mix with people, or I just get outside.
Yeah.
And I know I've spoken about that several times already, but I can't stress the importance, because what it does, it allows you to separate yourself from that moment, from that environment, and allow some endorphins to happen.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a set of stairs, run up and down the set of stairs and come back and sit at your desk, you'd be amazed at what solutions come to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's that separation from the actual problem. Then you come back and you feel different.
Yeah.
You feel more energetic, and you go, I don't know why I couldn't solve that problem before, because there's the answer.
That is
so that's what I do.
Terrific. And, you know, as far as, you know, that's sorting out people's, say emotional, like, you know, in the moment stuff. Have you noticed anything else as a commonality with your clients that they're struggling with in business?
Yes, it's either a feast or a famine with clients, and then, you know, they go from, you know, really wanting to move forward, and then all of a sudden a feast, and they get overwhelmed by the feast. And it's the sense of not wanting to say no to a client, because, you know, 3 or 4 weeks ago they were scratching for clients, and now they're having to say no. But and that's what happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I was busy with a massive project, but I was manifesting, you know, the success. I was thinking about the success of the project, and thinking about the success of other things and people, and all of a sudden I seemed to be like this magnet for everybody wanted a piece of me at that particular time. And I did experience that sense of overwhelm. It's like, oh, you're loving me to go around. But it was, I had to do what I've just said, and I had to separate myself from the phone. I turned my phone off, I turned my email off, and I just sat in the moment, and I was like, okay, what do I want to do? Let's prioritize this. Let's take it one chunk at a time, one step at a time. And then, I sat down with my to-do list.
Yep.
And I planned what I was going to do for the rest of the day. And it sounds so basic, but it was so effective. And then I just crossed everything off as I went.
And life is so basic, and yet, it's easy to, as you say, stay in the overwhelm rather than turn everything off so that you can regroup, do your own list, get yourself organised, and then go on.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think, in business we want to do so well. And, when you're in a client-based service industry like we are, we're trying to perform at our best every single moment and be everything to everybody.
Yeah.
We just have to remember that there's only one of us if you're in your own business.
Yeah.
To delegate and farm out as much as you possibly can where you can.
Yep.
And then concentrate on what you're really good at.
Yeah.
And make sure you do that well. And I think that, you once you can do that, everything else will fall into place.
Yeah, it's great. Hey, I'm really interested. What's your manifestation process? Tell me.
Yeah, well, it was so exciting, Kim, because I manifested a price on a house that we've just sold that we were working in.
Yep.
This big project was that my husband and I were renovating one of our rental properties to sell.
Yep.
And we had been given a price. It was like, and I don't mind sharing that with you. We had been given a price 6 months ago that if we did all of the renovations that we'd planned, it would be $495,000, an increase from $345,000 sale price a couple of years ago.
Yep.
We worked our butts off. I had plaster all over my hair, paint all everywhere, in every crevice, you got no idea. And anyway, I had a magical figure in my head that I wanted, which was well over that what I thought. I concentrated on it. I believed it was possible. I got excited about seeing the number. And I'll tell you, I had wanted a price range between $540,000 and $550,000.
Yeah.
And it was $546.
Oh, so well done.
I'm in the middle. And I've just been excited.
So $50,000 above what you were told.
Sorry, what was that?
$50,000 above what you were told. Oh, well done, well done.
And all I did, Kim, was I kept positive.
Yeah.
I didn't allow the negative Nellies to say anything. It was just great. But, I'd never manifested anything quite like this in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I just concentrated on being positive and excited and living in that excitement moment. And it paid off. So we sold it. It finished. It closed a week and a half ago at $546.
Ah, congratulations! Yay! Oh, it's so wonderful when you have a really great win, isn't it?
It is, and I never. I mean, I manifested a few little things, but never anything on this scale. But I just believed. I just believed, and I was, every fibre of my being, I was just positive about, and saying, yes, this is what could happen. And I imagined the number on paper.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And so, given that you've smashed through one of your goals, essentially, how has that changed things for you?
I just have this renewed sense of self-belief.
Yeah.
Because, we get up every day and we're giving to other people that sometimes we forget to give it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I'm giving to myself as well and saying, you did a great job, and yes, you're good at this, and yes, keep going. And, and I'm, so I was able to really recognise that I was doing good in this world, whether it be for my family or for my clients or for my friends, and it was just that you did a good job. Yay! and that's what I've been able to do for myself.
Yeah.
And really just reaffirm that I'm on the right path, because we all question from time to time whether we're on the right path, and it's just that belief and acknowledgement. You're doing a good job, Anne,
Yes, well done. Well done. And I agree with you. So often we'll reach our goals and then be unsatisfied when we get there, and almost then not trash it, but our society is such that we don't rejoice enough.
We don't, and we don't show enough gratitude. Sorry, I cut straight over the top of you then. Sorry, Kim.
No, I just said that's just my opinion. We don't show enough.
I totally agree with you. And one of the mantras that I have is saying, I have an attitude of gratitude for everything. So I'm grateful for even the awful things that happen, because that makes me appreciate and realize the wonderful things that can happen. Like, a bad day, or a difference of opinion with a client, or some kind of incident allows you to appreciate the incredibly insane, amazing times you have. So I actually acknowledge to the universe, to the greater being, whatever, I say, well, thank you for showing me that.
Yeah.
Because I really needed, I appreciate and I'm grateful for even the yucky stuff, because now I know what the great stuff is all about as well. Yeah. So in that goal setting, you appreciate even the struggles.
Wonderful.
And I say thank you for the struggle, because I know how amazing it's going to be when it does come through.
Yeah, terrific. Great advice. That, and showing more of that in our life just even puts us into that, reframes everything and puts us into that more pleasant mind space that we spoke about earlier.
Well, it does. One of the final things I'll share with you is that what I say to myself when the sense of overwhelm comes is, I always used to feel sorry for myself when I had no shoes, until I saw someone with no feet. And I always remember that, because it puts things into perspective, that no matter what you're going through in your daily challenges with business, is that it could be worse. So be thankful in that moment of what it is, and concentrate on solving the problem, not just telling and dwelling in it, retelling and dwelling in it. Yeah. And, then that's your key to success, I think.
Yeah, beautiful. Speaking of keys to success, is there anything that you want to share from your book with our viewers today?
Yes, that anything is possible. And one of the questions I ask myself on a daily basis is, am I in the passenger seat of the car right now, or am I in the driver's seat of my life? Am I in control of, in my mind and my body and my actions? Is that in alignment? Or am I just giving my energy and my power to someone else to manage?
Yeah.
Is it, am I managing my time effectively? Am I managing my moods effectively? Am I managing, my interactions with people? Mm-hmm. Am I letting external influences control how I behave, or what I do? And if I am, and I just say, am I in the driver's seat or the passenger seat? And if I feel that I'm in the passenger seat, then I do something about it. I was like, get over, let me back in the driver's seat. And it's about how, am I happy? Am I happy on a daily basis? And if I'm not, I need to do something about it. Yeah. I have the power to change. That's the biggest secret I think I have to share with the audience is, you have the power in your hands right this second to make a change.
Beautiful. I love it. I wonder if you could share with us, Anne, about how you, over the few years, have set about growing your business. Like, what strategies have you had, or have you put into place, that sort of thing?
Yeah, sure. I guess I've morphed my business quite a lot from when I started in 2003 to now. Sorry, there was a little noise that you just heard there. Sorry. I've changed my business quite a lot, and I I'm in the stages now of growing it to be, again, something different to what it has been. I've been a one-stop HR shop for a very long time, and I've worked in the HR space, helping both clients and individuals move forward. But I've realised that the common thread of helping people has given me more goals to move forward to my greater goals, which is to put people on a larger scale. So in terms of scaling my business, I have worked at getting the foundation right with the products and services that I offer, and I've introduced new and I've taken some out, so that I can really concentrate on where my heart is rather than where potentially money might be. And I've really become more in tune with my heart's desires, and the products and services with my heart's desires, rather than just that rudimentary money income generating.
I think that's terrific, because a lot of people, you know, you stagnate or you expand. You know, you're either expanding, or if you're just staying still, you're contracting. And so many people don't go and look into the structure of their business so as to, as you say, take things out that aren't working for you anymore, or put things in that you know, more aligned to it, you know, at this time.
Yeah. And I think it's important to realise that nothing you do is set in stone. That, you know, you might have a framework of what you intended to do and what you were going to do, you know, in that space, but you need to really allow yourself to chop and change, and not worry about what other people are thinking. You know, oh, she's suddenly doing this now, she's suddenly doing that now. You don't worry about what other people have got to say, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's in the driver's seat. And, you know, having a whole lot of backseat drivers, you know, trying to control where you're headed is not helpful. And, you know, I've had that from time to time. And I've recognised that people just don't understand where my journey is. And to take on board some positive things or constructive things about what people are saying, because you don't want to be totally blinkered and blind. But you do need to recognise and draw a line in the sand as to what their contribution will do for you. And helpful as it might be, but also stand up on your own 2 feet and go, no, this is the direction I'm heading. And not be afraid. Not be afraid. And like, I've spent some time in a bit of fear, and I have to bust through that. And I actually said this to my husband just the other day, I need to bust through this fear, because I've recognised that it's emerged for whatever reason. And I go, you know, enough. And I'm not allowing the fear to control me anymore, or, you know, whatever it happens to be.
Absolutely. Terrific. Hey, Anne, just as we wrap up, can you tell us what your all-time favourite, and you can have a couple, book is?
My book? Okay.
And I know you've got a book, so that's your number one favourite. But let's talk about some other people.
Well, did you want a business-oriented book, or I think the Jack Canfield series, there was I'm just trying to think of the title, actually. I've got it here. Hang on. It's The Aladdin Factor.
Okay.
It's one of my favourites, I think, because it allows us to start dreaming. And sometimes we get stuck on, you know, the structure of business and that sort of thing. It's got to be A, B, C, D, E, and it doesn't work like that all the time. I think you've got to allow yourself to dream and to think and to scope out. And I like the Aladdin Factor. I also, just on a personal level, with Maya Angelou, she wrote obviously a lot of different books, but one of the things that she wrote was about resilience. And she said, and still I rise. And it's like rising from the phoenix, or from the ashes. You've got to have that that willingness to go, you know what, nothing's going to beat me. I'm going to rise above this, whether it be rise above other people's opinions, rise above challenges, and just face the new day. I think her statement there, and one final one. Sorry, the other one is Martin Luther King Jr. He said, "Only in the darkness can you see the stars."
Yeah.
It was like, and I think about that, and I think I've only got to look up in dark times and I can see something of beauty.
Yeah,
I couldn't see that if it was daylight and everything was happy, happy, joy, joy.
Yeah.
So it's appreciating, even in the darkest moments, things of beauty and possibility.
Gorgeous.
So that's what I think.
Gorgeous. And who's your guru, Gorgeous?
Oh, well, I've got a couple. I love Oprah for what she has done in her life through adversity.
Yeah.
I really respect Tony Robbins on where he's come from. I don't necessarily connect to everything that he does, but I really admire him and what he's done. I think Maya Angelou would have to be one of my faves.
Me too.
Yeah, and on a completely different angle, Jane Austen is my favourite author.
Yeah.
And for the gumption that she had as a writer back then.
Yeah, I think she was a pioneer, wasn't she?
Pioneer. Love pioneering women.
Yes. Terrific. Well, thank you so much for your time today with us, Anne.
A pleasure.
All of our viewers can read more about you because we've got all the links to your page, everything like that. So, go check out Anne and, grab her book, Positivity. What's the title? Sorry, Anne.
It's Creating Eternal Optimism, Redesign Your Thinking and Transform Your Life. Beautiful. That's why I couldn't remember that. Sorry. That's a long title. By the beautiful Anne McDowell. Thank you, gorgeous. All right. Thank you. See you everyone tomorrow.